I like this.
I do too.
All right, guys. Welcome to Off the Bench podcast. And today we have the beautiful Miss Kali Somerville. This is exciting.
It is. We've not done this, Jaime, ever.
I know. Well, today we're going to talk a little bit about how, obviously lots of things evolve and change in this business. So you kind of have to be ready for it and move quickly and change fast. And so we're going to talk a little bit about how you transitioned from predominantly using direct mail to now predominantly using internet leads, and kind of like, how many how you prepare, how many leads you get, what you do to prep, also kind of your mindset, perspective, sort of, what it takes to use those versus the others, things like that. So, tell us a little bit about why you transitioned into direct mail to internet, and kind of, what your mindset was when doing that.
Yeah. So, I mean, I didn't have a choice because the mail leads started drying up with the mortgage protection. I was getting, they were mailing like 1,000 a week, and now it might be 90. And so I might get 1 or 2 back.
Oh, wow.
2 at the most a week. So I had to change, right? I had to pivot. So I had the CRM, it's called ILC now. 1 and 3 months are my favorite. I don't even buy the new ones.
Okay.
And then only buy when they're on discount, when the WorkSpots discount.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about that. So someone doesn't know what WorkSpots. Maybe today's their first day. Maybe they're just getting started. They're like, well, internet leads, WorkSpots. What's going on here?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So WorkSpots allows you the ability to be able to go to any office in the country. But I think that's cool. But the best part is that they give discounts all the time. Like there's a 40% off 1 month right now going on. So whenever I see them on sale, I just buy 1, 2, 300, because 40% off is almost, in my mind, half off.
Yeah.
Right. So I can get double the amount of leads for what I would have paid full price for. Yep. So I just stock up every time they're on sale.
Perfect. So basically you get whenever there's a lead discount, whether you're going to use them that week or not, you've got plenty enough leads for the future if they're, if you're short or what have you. So 1 month, 3 month internet leads out of the ILC, right on the inventory, right in the CRM that we use. Everybody can have access to it. So do you check box the little thing to show you when there's more getting, coming in your areas, or you're just kind of always in there anyway?
I'm just in there. I go in there and check and see what's in there. But like I said, if it's a sale, I'm definitely going to stock up. Like I think I might be calling.
How much are they?
The 3 month are $3 a piece.
Without the discount?
Without the discount.
So they're really $1.75.
Yeah. And then the 1 month are $4 a piece without the discount.
Okay. So very yeah. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about on a given dial day, how many of these leads are you using for a given dial day?
So about 50 to book 10 appointments.
Okay.
The next day.
Okay, so how are you calling them? Do you just call them one time through? Like what is the process of calling these 50 leads that you picked up for just one dial session?
So I take 30 at a time and I print them out. I don't use the Excel spreadsheet. I actually print out the template that has all the information on it. Just easier for me. And I go through and call once, right? And then let it go to voicemail. So if somebody's name, if they have their name listed on there as Robert, but then their voicemail says Bobby, when they answer the phone, I'm going to say, hey, Bobby, not Robert, right? Because that's how their friends know them.
Yep.
So the first time I let it go to voicemail. The second time I call twice and let it ring 4 times each. Third time, call twice, let it ring 4 times each. Third time, this is 4th time, call twice, 4 times ring each. And then the last time, star 67.
Okay, so you're going through this same pile of 50 because you've printed them all out. 5 times or 6 times?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5.
Yeah, 5
total.
times. 5 total times. The last time is a block number.
Yes.
So, and each of the other times, just star 6, 7. I mean, I'm sorry, not star 6, 7. It's just redial. Okay.
But let the phone ring 4 times.
Okay. We're not going all the way to the voicemail.
No,
it's a lot faster. Okay. And so basically this yields about 8 to 10 appointments.
Yeah. So that's first. So once I'm done with the first stack of 30, it probably takes me maybe another 20 And I do the same thing with that. I'll do another stack of 30, but I generally don't even go through the second stack of 30 to get to the 10 if I need to.
So you probably have another 10 leads for your next dial session.
Exactly.
Essentially. And then you obviously probably have a couple people who maybe you had to reschedule because you were running behind, or maybe they forgot about you or whatever.
Of course.
So for your next dial session.
Yep.
So essentially that 50 leads, let's just say that they were $3. So it's $150 for that day's dial. Okay. I'm just checking. Because I think sometimes when people come here, they think like they have to invest like, thousands and thousands of dollars on leads.
No.
And I also know that like, I know most agents aren't calling them like this.
Right.
Because sometimes when they get on my calendar and they're telling me they're having issues with like setting appointments in this, I'm asking the questions beforehand. Like, so how are you dialing leads? And I know that these are out there. Like we all talk about the FFL way to dial leads.
Right.
And sometimes we've changed it a little bit. Like we dial them 3 times in a row or something like, but we basically what we're saying is we're fanatical about dialing the phone and the same numbers. So they see our number showing up on their caller ID 6, 7, 8 times in a small window.
And then think about it. Every time I'm going through that stack, it's getting smaller and smaller. So I'm calling faster and faster the same numbers. Like, so a lot of times by the time I get to the double dial the fourth time, that's when they finally answer. Like I had a guy, I was on the fourth time to go through, and he didn't answer the whole morning until I called him this last time and I booked him.
Yeah. Now, a lot of people have a preconceived notion about how people are going to answer the phone after they've dialed their phone 6 times, 7 times, 8 times, 9 times. How do they answer?
They answer most of the time, hello. Yeah. Like every once in a while, they're like, who is this? And I'll just, this is colleague, give me a quick call from the benefit center. Yeah. It's kind
of like any other way you put somebody answers. They answer crazy, you just go like, meh. Yeah. They answer fine, you're like, meh.
Yeah. Just keep going.
Yeah. So, okay. So let's just say you talk to 10 people. What typically is the set ratio with these 1 month, 3 month internet leads?
Out of 10, probably about 7.
Okay. So pretty high.
Yeah.
I mean, now I will say that might not be the case if you're brand new.
No.
Because you sound nervous sometimes. Some people sound salesy.
Yeah, not confident.
Some people like are stumbling their words, or even like their voice kind of rattles a little bit. You know what I'm talking about? Like somebody when they're brand new, like their voice is like shaking a little bit. So even if that was 4 out of 10, right. 40%. Hello. Right. I mean, I think the biggest thing is one, getting them on the phone.
Yeah, and then it's probably the challenge in people's minds is the objections, right? That's I think why the people are scared just in general or nervous to call, because they're scared to get objections, and they're going to get objections, right? Yep. So just you got to get good at overcoming objections, and the only way to get good is practice. Yeah, I've been practicing for 3 years. Yeah, so I can play a game on my phone, and the script is just in my brain. Like I don't even have to think about it. It's like when we on Monday on a dial session, Rakita. She hasn't dialed for a while. And I was like, it's just like riding a bike. Like, because it's so ingrained in our brains that you don't have to think about what you're saying. And once you do it, but you got to get good enough to get to that point.
Now, are you using any like tools to help dial the phone better or anything like that? Or are you just hand dialing?
Right now, I'm just hand dialing. Yeah. Like I don't, because the part that I didn't say, because I've tested it like a bunch of different times. It takes me about 2.5 hours to book my day, doing it like manually. Yeah. So it works. Yeah. I mean, and just think about it too. Like some people think that this like dial days, like they're turning a career into it. It's like, this isn't an 8-hour thing. Like, let's just call the leads how we were just talking about. So that way we can get this over with quicker. See, sometimes people just keep stretching it out. They take breaks and all this other stuff. And I used to do that.
Yeah.
I used to do that. But it's something that you don't want to do, but why would you want to spend all day doing something that you don't like doing? Right. Like that. I want to get this done and over with. I'm mad if it takes me longer. Yeah. Like I want to be done. Like it's taking me a little bit longer today. And I'm like, come on, let's go. Yes. Because I have other things I need to get to outside of just dialing appointments. And then I feel a sense of accomplishment that my day is full for tomorrow. Right. So I'm not worried about, oh my gosh, I don't have enough appointments. Like when I'm done, it's so much satisfaction in filling your schedule.
I feel like it's almost euphoric.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Like, oh, yes.
Yes,
I'm done.
Yes,
yeah.
I'm done. I have a full day tomorrow. It's like it's really hard to lose when you have a full day.
Yeah,
I mean, it really is.
It
It's
is.
like, and sometimes when people only have 4, 5, 6 appointments and they're wondering why they keep losing, it's like, can you just give yourself a chance to win?
Yeah.
You haven't even set yourself up to win.
Right.
So how you going to be talking about losing all the time? Why don't you set yourself up to win and then you'll win?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. So 50 leads, calling through them 5 times, doing that dial method, invested $150 on them, maybe, because some are 3 months. You know what I mean?
And discount. That's even left.
And your discount.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about these objections that people can kind of, I feel like we get the same couple.
We do. It's not a bunch.
No, they just sound a little differently. Like,
I
already took care of it and I'm not interested, kind of are like one and the same.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, and those are the ones that people typically get.
Right.
So let's talk a little bit about how you handle those, what you say, your posture with it. I think what you've gotten really good at is just kind of staying even keel. Even though after you hang up the phone, I do hear you in there chattering sometimes. I'm like, oh, girl, go ahead and just move on to the next one. We can't be talking about what he just said. Bye.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? But when you're on the phone with them, you do kind of just stay pretty even keel for the most part.
Yeah. Because one of the things I was just having this conversation in the dial room, like, they filled a form out. Like, I'm not confused about that anymore. Yeah. Right. If I'm not getting phone calls for a roof because I've not filled out any forms looking for a roof, but they have at some point in time, they filled out a form, and I'm very sure that they did. Right. Whether they filled it out by accident or they filled it out. Like, I have your name, your address, your date of birth, your email, and then depending on how you're looking at the leads, like, they answered 14 different survey questions.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a mistake.
They don't auto-populate.
And so just having the mindset of, I'm not confused. You're confused. Oh, I don't remember doing it. Okay. Well, I don't remember what I had for breakfast yesterday either. A lot of things, I don't remember a lot of stuff, but I know that you fill this form out. So I don't say that.
Right. But that's your mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it's really like, okay, no problem. So you help me with this. And that's the beauty of coming in the office, is because when you come in the office, you don't know what you might hear or overhear, or who might overhear you that can help you, because our offices are across from each other. You can hear everything I'm saying. And I'm still 3 years in, still getting coaching. And so, I don't understand why people don't want to get coached on the phone, because you gotta get somebody to hear you so we can help you. Like, doing it on your own, it's not going to work. Like, and I said, when I got here, oh, I know how to read a script. I did a script before. And eventually I was like, help, because I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
So, but just like I said, like, knowing that they filled out a form. And the best objection that you gave me, like, to overcome, so they say, oh, I already took care of it. Okay, perfect. Have that out. That's the reason for my call. Now I messed it up a little bit. Okay, perfect. Have that out. I just need to make sure you have the proper plan in place when I get there. So does 12 or 3 o'clock work better for you?
Yeah.
And just act like it's no big deal. Like, and then, Jamie, people should take it, like Sean Mike has said, you're the best in the company. You and Dominique Rogers are the best in the company at setting appointments. So if people are in Maryland, why wouldn't you come and sit with or get the person that's the president is saying one of the best people in the company to book appointments to get them the help, right? So people, I don't know, everybody needs to come to Bel Air if you're in Maryland and come and get with Jamie. Yeah, because she's going to help you. Like, you're going to be a beast. Like, people are like, oh my God, you're so good. Jamie trained me. I wasn't good at the beginning.
No.
Nobody is.
Nobody is. I haven't met one yet. I wasn't even good in the beginning. My gosh. So, and it's just something so stupid.
Yeah.
Like, I just need to make sure you get the proper plan. Like, it's no big deal.
Yeah. Okay, no problem. That's the reason for my call. Or say, oh, I'm not interested. I'm not interested either. Listen, Jamie, I just got to get this information out to you. I don't want anybody coming to my house. I don't want to come to your house either. Like, whatever they say, agree with them. Nope, I don't want to do that either. And you just go with the flow.
Yeah.
Those are things that I learned from coming in the office, being around other people, being around you, hearing and getting feedback.
Well, and it's uncomfortable. Saying those things right out of the gate is uncomfortable.
Yeah, very.
Our brains are processed to just like try to overcome it and try to like you talk real fast and just get real excited about trying to just, oh, please just book one with me, right? But if you just kind of say like, meh.
Yeah.
Most salespeople don't do that.
Yeah.
telemarketers, they don't do that.
Right.
They're like, okay, they're like robots. But if like you're just like a person talking to another person, like it's no big deal, it's going to be just no big deal.
Yeah.
And even like I think about like how many times you posted up about the proper plan, like none of them ever had any coverage at all.
None.
So God forbid tomorrow they were gone.
Yeah.
Their family would have been devastated.
And that's the other thing, that people aren't telling the truth. Like they're, I took care of it. They don't want to deal with it. Right? So that's the easiest way to get you off the phone. But hey, listen, I just got to make sure you got a proper plan. Like the one guy, he's like, I said, well, so where's your policy? He was like, I said, you don't have one? He was like, no. I said, that's okay. We're going to get it taken care of today, so you don't have to do this ever again. And I wrote him.
Yep. I mean, and we're just conditioned as human beings. It's almost like, I already took care of it, not interested. We're just conditioned to say these things, but what they're not ready for is people like us who actually truly care about helping people with their protection and make sure that their family does not have to worry about this should tomorrow they're not here. They're not prepared for us.
Right. No, they're not. And then when they keep giving objections and reasons why it's not going to work, like then they just eventually hang up because we're so good at overcoming their objections, they don't even know what else to say.
No.
Let me just hang up.
They didn't get the sheet. They didn't get the objection sheet. They didn't watch the 3 most common objections video.
Like, you got to answer for everything.
It's so true. It's so true. But using internet leads, you are going to get more of this.
Yeah, of course.
Because they are people who fill out stuff on the internet.
Yeah.
That's just, they are.
That's what they do.
I'm not a person who fills stuff out on the internet. You aren't. Matter of fact, anybody who's listening to this podcast right now probably aren't people who fill stuff out on the internet. So like I was listening to Will and he's like, why do people keep filling these out if they're not interested? I'm like, you can't understand why they do that because you don't fill things out on the internet.
Right.
You can't think with your brain with them because it's different brains.
Right.
So you are going to get some more objections. So I was thinking about this yesterday when someone was like coming back and forth with me about, oh, this lead, that. I'm like, you just haven't taken the time and invested in yourself long enough to practice a script, to practice overcoming objections. So until you invest in you, I really don't have much more time to invest in you because I can't want it more than you and I can't be more disciplined for you. You know, I'm already disciplined in my weeks. Yeah. I'm already disciplined and getting better at things. You got to be more disciplined and getting better at things. Right. And that's all this is. Anybody can master the script. Yeah. Anybody can master.
It just takes practice.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, you might hear me say it all the time to people. It's like, it's 30-second script.
Right. And it doesn't take when we are on the live dials and people are, they can go from being their first day on the phones to the end of the week, they're 10 times better. But because it's just practice.
So fast.
But it doesn't take long to perfect it, but you can't, I made 10 calls and this isn't working and like wonder why it's not working.
Yeah. No, it's you.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. And and that really is, you got to take a hard look at yourself. And, because I had to do it, I'm saying like, okay, I'm not doing the right things. I'm not doing the right activities. And so I can't expect my results to be different until I take the steps. And then when you take the steps to be successful, ta-da, it's magic. Yeah. It works.
It's the magic sauce. Yeah. So, well, I think this was awesome because a lot of people, we can get internet leads really quickly. Yeah. They're a great startup lead because the investment isn't huge, right? Even if you're not great. I mean, you just said you just are taking 30 at a time and usually booking 8 appointments with the 30. Right. That didn't even include the other 20 or maybe 10 more that you had. You know what I mean? So anybody can find $150 somewhere probably. Yeah. Right. To get a batch of leads for a dial day. Yeah. And the good news is our carriers pay so fast.
Oh my gosh.
That by the time your next dial day rolls around, you already have some cash flow so you can invest again.
Yeah. Because when I started, I had spent $600 for 30 leads.
Okay.
And I was driving Lyft. So that's a lot of Lyft rides. To get the 600. So that's scary. Yeah. But spending $150, like we spend, my nails and my toes cost $100. So people spend that on nails, toes, eyelashes very easily. So take the time and invest in your business and do it consistently. And it's going to work. Like this works.
Yeah. Well, I can see. I wish we would have done a podcast when you first started.
Oh, man.
We weren't even together. Now we got eyelashes, nails. Our lips are looking good. Our hair is done. You know what I'm